Welcome to ChiroSecure's Empowering Women in Chiropractic, the Facebook Live show for successful women by successful women, proving once again, women make it happen. Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. Now join today's host, Dr. Julie McLaughlin, as she talks learning, living, and teaching. And now, here's Dr. Julie.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of Empowering Women. We are so thankful to ChiroSecure that they have provided us this platform and they have been broadcasting. And this is for women in chiropractic, women in any field, men in any field, men in chiropractic, your CAs, your staff. And so ChiroSecure has really given us such great content and information and had great guests on their show. So I want you to know this is a Facebook Live. This is a live show. So I want you to interact with us. You can post questions and comments and put some little hearts on there right now. Little hearts for ChiroSecure because they are awesome. So I would like to introduce, I'm Dr. Julie McLaughlin from drjuliemclaughlin.com. And I have my very good friend, Trish Lindemood. She is the owner of MenuPlanningCentral.com. It's a well-established menu planning site that helps busy people, and she's helped me a ton, can I tell you? She's helped me a ton. She helps us save time and money while we enjoy delicious, normal, regular food and that are homemade and prepared. And Trish, she has been doing this since 2003, and welcome, and thank you for being my guest.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, when you mentioned 2003, that's when I published my first print recipe before I actually got online. So yeah, I've been messing around with this food thing for a while. So thanks so much for having me today.
Well, how did you get started doing all of this?
You know, back initially with the print publication, I actually owned a magazine that was focused on new homeowners. And so there was a cooking section to it. So I started developing recipes initially for that publication. And then, you know, it's just obviously it was a huge love of mine is cooking and working, you know, around food. And then I eventually developed the skills with photography and that type of thing. So after I moved online in 2008 through 2010, I was running a lifestyle site that focused on food. And then for the last 5 years, I've actually been developing recipes professionally and have worked with thousands of online publishers, health and wellness coaches, fitness coaches, and others as far as developing recipes that they can and food photography they can use on their sites. So it's been an evolution over time, but the one consistent thread has been, you know, that love affair with, you know, getting in the kitchen and creating something new.
Well, I have to tell you, your recipes are absolutely delicious. I love them. My patients love them. They're super easy. The pictures that you have are so appealing. I mean, they see the picture and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to make this. And I mean, it has really been like a godsend for me in my practice to help my patients really learn about healthy eating. And I love the way that you have it so it's ramped up, so they're not eating sticks and twigs. So what made you decide to get into this healthier lifestyle recipes and menus?
Oh, well, that's a great question. Thanks so much. And it's like everything. It's like, you know how over time it's an evolution. And initially, I was doing a lot more of your traditional comfort cooking, and a lot of sugary desserts, as well as like heavier meals, a lot more pasta, that type of thing, and all delicious things to eat. But I found that as I got older, I was feeling terrible. When I started my first membership, where I was putting out more of the comfort style cooking, and I was doing a new pack of recipes and photographs every month, I gained 30 pounds within 6 months. And I noticed I had been struggling, for about 10 years. I had actually struggled with really bad inflammation, and I'd wake up in the morning and I could barely walk, both bilateral foot pain, that type of thing. And I was like, there has to be a connection with what I'm putting into my body and how I'm looking and feeling, mostly how I was feeling. And so a couple of years ago, on the side where I was developing recipes for my clients who are online publishers, I made the switch. I shut down the comfort cooking and started moving towards this health and wellness angle where, as you know, my current recipes are all gluten-free and are no refined sugar, and don't have preservatives and that type of thing. So it's really about eating real food that didn't come out of a box or a can. And I lost the extra weight. I have not had the stiffness and the pain in my joints that I had been experiencing before. So I've seen a huge change in myself. And then as I've gotten to know you better over the like the time we've known each other, and hearing the feedback with your patients, and that, it just really inspired me, like, wow, this is a way to really help people and live better lives with by showing them how easy it can be to prepare delicious food at home, instead of running to a fast food or picking up something that's quick and easy convenience food.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you make it so easy with the recipes are, number one, they taste unbelievably good.
Oh, thank you.
You have taken all of the inflammatory foods, the stuff that really causes those problems, out of the recipes. And
Yeah.
I've been using your recipes for quite a while with my patients. And I have to tell you, I do a lot of blood work. And we have seen on the before and after on the blood work, dramatic changes.
Oh, I love hearing
People
that.
reversing diabetes, lowering their cholesterol, losing weight, reversing metabolic syndrome, and they're eating real, normal food that tastes really good, that we like to say that the nutrients that you have, your ingredients are purposeful. They have purpose. You have omega-3s in them. Some of the spices you have in them, are anti-inflammatory. So I love how well thought out and well-rounded they are. And we know not every diet works for everybody, but
Exactly.
moderation and the way that you take the inflammatory foods out is so good. So
Well, yeah, and thank you so much for saying that, because that really excites and inspires me when I go in the kitchen and, okay, what am I doing this, and hearing about the direct impact, positive impact it's having on people's lives and helping them live better. That to me is everything. And what I want to clarify, though, the recipes you mentioned are specific to the licensing that I do with my online publishers and health and wellness field. With my own menu plans that I develop for home cooks, the site was established in 2007, was established by somebody else. I purchased it 10 years in, so about a year and a half ago. And we've been really working to update all of the menu plans on that site to move towards this healthier shift. And, something you and I had talked about, when we're talking about compliance, it's like to take someone who has been eating one way their entire lives, or their family has been used to eating a certain way. And you could probably say this better than I can, right, as far as how difficult it is to get everyone on board with those. So we have a family favorites plan that still has some of the pasta and a little bit of that type of stuff in it, but it is slowly bringing in a lot more of the healthier mix, as far as the lean proteins and the heavier on the vegetables and the fruit and that type of thing, and pulling out the refined sugars. So it's this continuum of helping people like identify like, wow, I can eat better and feel better. So
right. I mean, it's perfect, because if you take somebody who is, and I have patients that they only eat through the drive up, they won't even walk into the grocery store. So if you take somebody like that and you put them on a super healthy diet, although health-wise it's really good for them, compliance-wise, it's not working out so good.
Exactly.
So I love that you kind of have this ramp that we get them used to preparing meals, meal preps, and it's some things that they're familiar with. And then we graduate them to that full healthy lifestyle.
Exactly.
And the compliance is a lot better by giving them that little gradual walk into the water rather than just throwing them into the deep end.
It's like, here you go. Especially if they have young children, it's like, can be a little harder to, do that. And I'm really excited. We have, outside of the family favorites, we have this healthy 30-minute meals where they're all like, no pasta. It's again, the gluten-free, the stuff you're used to, but it's like, get it on the table in 30 minutes or less. And so it's to me, I'm like super excited to be rolling that out because of just how easy it is. And again, helping people live better lives with better food. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's amazing too, because some people develop recipes, or they'll take recipes and they'll switch them up and make them healthy, but they're not really making them and tasting them. And you're not only creating these recipes, you're making them, what they're tasting like. You're taking pictures of them.
Yeah, I do all my own photography. So yeah, definitely that's a big factor is like, well, I made it because here's a photo.
Yeah. And the photos are unbelievable. And just so you know too, I don't know if you know this, but the docs in my group, in our functional wellness training group, they are all using your menus and your recipes all across the country. And they're getting the same results as me. So it's not just, what it is. It's been across the country that all these different people are doing it. So I think from home cooks to somebody interested in getting just healthier in general, or if docs need help with like, I'm not a nutritionist. How do I know what to give my patients? That is so well laid out in your menus and some of the things you can make ahead and,
Yeah, I love it. I love hearing that it's touching people's lives all over, and it's like, we're just getting started. So I'm very, very excited about that. I feel like it's just getting started. The site's 11 years old, but moving in the new direction. So yeah.
It's awesome. So what inspires you most about what you do?
What inspires me most? I would say, I've probably touched on it a couple of times here. It's just, hearing the feedback from people and, like what you shared today, as far as helping people that feel better and their blood work is coming back better. I wouldn't get that feedback on my own because obviously I'm not doing blood work. It's like, I knew I felt better. And I know, like, I've helped family members who have been diagnosed, a lot of diabetes in my family. And, my one aunt had said to me, she goes, wow, I got more advice on what to eat, not medical advice, but I was just showing her some of my recipes I thought would help her. Then she got, when she was, went through, her regular doctor's office. And I love that. I do love working with people like that, as far as, creating stuff that they enjoy and that helps them feel better. So.
Oh, that is awesome. I so appreciate you coming on with me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, and I look forward every time looking at those new menu plans and like, oh, what can I make this month? This is great. So I so appreciate it. And I appreciate ChiroSecure for sponsoring and hosting for us. And so next week, Dr. Nicole Lindsay will be on, empowering all of you to be the best possible versions of yourself. And remember, it's next week, next Thursday, 1:00 Eastern time. Be sure to tune in with ChiroSecure.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. We hope you enjoyed this week's Facebook Live event. Please like us on Facebook, comment, and share. We look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of Empowering Women in Chiropractic. Now, go ahead and hit the share button and tell your friends and colleagues about the show. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. This has been a ChiroSecure production.